The buy box? It's a lie. Don't believe me? Stick around and I'll show you why. Hi there, G Wood here, and I'm happy to finally be putting out another video. This is one that I've been wanting to post for some time now. In fact, I even teased it probably like 3 months ago. But unfortunately, after I teased it, I had some technical issues with my recording gear, and then life stuff happened, and it's been a while since I've actually been able to sit down and get a video made. But I'm excited to finally be here making a new one for you guys. In this one, I'll be discussing a technique that I've been using for a while now when I'm sourcing products or looking for ASINs that I can test selling on, where I'm able to basically just ignore where the buy box is, set my price higher, capture enough sales to make it worth my effort, and still make really good profit. A lot of these ASINs are ones that normally I would cast off as and consider them unprofitable. But using this method, I'm able to make them profitable. Let's jump in my computer and I'll show you how I'm doing it. So I'm starting out with this method inside Arbitrage Hero. This has been a fantastic program for helping me find new ASINs that I can test selling on, as well as directing me to where I can source those products from. In this example, I'm using the exact same technique that I've shown in previous videos. In fact, every technique that I've shown in a video in the past for sourcing, you can use this method along with. In here, all I did was do a search for Dollar Tree products. And I pulled up several just off of this very first page. Now, as I go through these, some of them are at face value terrible ROI, such as this one here where it says only 16%. I wouldn't even waste my time with that normally. However, using this method, some of these products that are normally low ROI when you only consider the current buy box can suddenly become high ROI or high return on our investment, making them worth our efforts. Now, when we get started, the ones that this method will work with have to be fast-moving ASINs. If it's an ASIN that's only getting like 10 or 12 sales a month, you're probably not going to be able to do this. But if you find an ASIN that has at least maybe like 30 or more drops, according to the Keepa chart, meaning that it's getting a lot of sales every month. 30 drops on the Keepa chart probably means 120 or more sales every month. That means that while most of the sales may be happening where it says the buy box is right now, you're still going to be able to capture some sales at a higher price. Now, to determine whether an ASIN will be able to do that, we first need to make sure, does it sell fast enough? Okay, we can verify that by setting a few parameters in our search just to make sure that the ones we're looking at are high velocity. We're not going to go over that all right now. But the key as we do this, you'll notice, according to SellerAmp, this one's doing about 191 sales a month. Its BSR is 14K. It's in the top 1%. We know it's a fast mover. However, according to the current buy box that Amazon is showing me, if we punch that number in at the current buy price for Dollar Tree, it's only a 14-cent profit. Normally, I would pass that over, according to the buy box. But can we price it higher? We're going to see how we can check the data. So if we scroll down, we come to our Keepa chart. If you have the Chrome extension installed, scroll down to your Keepa chart. We're going to go to Data and then Offers. And it's going to pull up all the different offers or sellers that are on this ASIN. The next thing we want to do is check these columns right here. It says stock. That's how much they currently have in stock. And then the next one is this one that says stock sold. So this shows the total number that Keepa is estimating that they've sold. And this column is estimating how much it thinks they've sold in the last 30 days. So it's gathering this number by tracking this number. As it sees this drop, it considers a sale. So how many sales are sellers getting over the last 30 days? And then we check this price history chart to see at what price they're getting those sales. So here we see a seller that's priced at $642. Looks like their lowest price in the last 30 days, which is the 30-day mark is this gray line right here. In the last 30 days, their lowest price is $625, but they're currently at about $642. So they're definitely getting sales. If this is correct, they're getting sales above the buy box. Are they the only ones? No. If you look down, this seller is currently at $649, and looking at their chart, that's the lowest they've been in the last 30 days, and yet they're showing 13 sales roughly. As we scroll down, we find a few more. This one, $695 with 11 sales. You get the idea. We're determining that at a price higher than the current buy box, sellers are getting sales. So what happens when we take these new numbers, 650, 695, and punch that into our calculator? How much money can we make off of them? Let's try the 649. Wow, all of a sudden it's a 56% ROI. Now the profit doesn't sound that great. It's only 71 cents. But when we consider that it's a return on our investment of 56%, almost 57%, that sounds pretty good. Now keep in mind, this number is being brought down because I have entered into SellerAmp. I have my estimated shipping costs to send them in to FBA. So yours might come up showing maybe $1 of profit. So what does this mean? Well, this is a very small product. Maybe 71 cents we might consider to not be worth our effort. But this could easily be a product that we just stuff in to the extra space of our boxes as we're packing them for FBA instead of packing paper. Instead of paying for something to pack or using useless throwaway materials, we could instead fill that space with something that will at least bring us a little bit of a return. That's just one. What else can we find? Checking our next one, this is Autoban. Now, keep in mind, this one is priced a little bit different. This one is $3, even though Dollar Tree is generally $1.25. This one's $3. But punching that number in, at the current buy box, our profit is $1.54. It's a return of 51%. It's not terrible. Can we push it higher though? Let's check. Our data on our Keepa chart, as we scroll down, we see, bam, there's a seller who's currently at $16. In his history, he did have it very briefly at $13.96. But for the most part, he was $16 or higher. Chances are he didn't get those 12 sales in this very brief period where he dipped down. In fact, it shows that he sold out after he brought his price back up. So he had to have gotten some sales at about $16. We scroll down, we see this seller whose low price over the last 30 days is $17, and yet he has 7 sales roughly. What happens when we update our numbers according to what we see those sellers having sales at? Let's say $17. We're at over 100% ROI, 137% for a profit of $4.11. And this seller is showing that we might be able to expect as many as 6 or 7 sales in a month at that profit. That would be fantastic. That definitely makes it worth our time. So maybe we'd capture this and say, I want to test 6 of those. So there you have it. The buy box is a lie. These are only 2 quick, easy examples that I found in just a couple minutes of searching that wound up being far more profitable than I normally would have thought just by looking at the buy box. So remember, always check Keepa as you're sourcing. See what the history shows. There's an endless supply of ASINs just like these where you can list at a higher price than the buy box and still capture a good amount of sales. So take this method and incorporate it into all of your searches. If you come across ones that show that they would only be a break even according to where the buy box is, check and see if Keepa's data shows that sellers are currently able to get sales at a higher price. If so, see if that higher price will make it profitable for you, if it's worth your effort, preferably at least 40% ROI. Then see how many you can expect to sell at that price. Can you get maybe 6 or 10 a month? As you start using this method, you'll be surprised at how many more ASINs you find that you're able to test selling on. If you feel like you need more help understanding this method, or even how you can take the next step in growing your Amazon business, check out the link in the description about coaching. I'd be happy to sit down with you and discuss what you can do to take your next step in your Amazon journey. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video today. If you found some value in what I'd showed you today, I would appreciate it if you would consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my future videos either. That's it for me for today. I'll see you on the next one.